Welcome to the session on consumer buying decision process. I'll be discussing about the five stages which a consumer passes through while purchasing decision making. The customer buying process is also referred as buying decision process. It describes the journey which a customer goes through before they decide on buying a product. So it's necessary for the marketers to understand customers' buying process. And it is not only important for salespeople, but it is also important to match and align our strategies in making sure the customer buys the product without any hassles or difficulties. Basically, a consumer passes through five stages to reach a buying decision. They are the stage one is identified, and this model is given by John Dewey in the year 1910. So he was the first person to introduce the concept on stages on consumer decision making process which an individual might pass through. So basically it is classified into five stages. Stage one, problem recognition or need recognition. Stage two, search for information. Third stage is evaluation of alternatives. Fourth is purchase decision, and the last stage is post purchase evaluation. Therefore, this model shows that the buying process starts long before the actual purchase and has consequences longer after the purchase. Therefore, it is essential that marketing companies focuses on the entire buying process rather than just the purchase decision stage. So let's discuss these stages in detail. To begin with the first stage is problem recognition stage or need recognition stage. An individual recognizes a need when he faces with a problem. The buying process starts with the buyer recognizing a problem or need. A need arises either because of an internal search for a problem or an issue, or is in need due to hunger, thirst, or looking for comfort. So, therefore, an individual might have different levels of need. Maybe it is need for self identification, need for his own family members, or it can be even for his corporate or company where he works. A marketer at this stage needs to determine the circumstances that usually influences a customer through go for search of information. Among consumers, there seem to be two different problem recognition styles. The first is actual state types. Consumers who perceive that they have a problem when a product fails to perform satisfactorily. The second is desired state types. The desire for something new may trigger the decision process. So, therefore, an individual identifies the need at the first stage. The next stage, which a consumer moves on, is for information search. Having recognized a problem or need, the next step a customer may take is the information search stage in order to find out what they feel is the best solution. This is the buyer's effort to search internal and external business, environment, or surroundings in order to identify and evaluate information sources related to the central buying decision. A customer might rely on print media, visual media, or online media, or even word of mouth of communication for obtaining information. So, the second stage involves certain sources which he looks for, which we refer as personal sources. Maybe he can consult his family members, friends, or even neighbors regarding the need of a product or service which he is looking for. The information can be given by any of them, or he can look for advertisements. He might walk into any sales executive store and ask certain questions and queries, or through mass media publications and also through personal experiences by taking a demo of a product or using a product. So it is necessary commercial information are available to the customers who are looking for search of information. Once the customer has searched the information, next he moves on to the third stage is evaluation of alternatives. Individuals will evaluate different products or brands at this stage on the basis of alternative product attributes, those which have the ability to deliver the benefits the customer is looking for or seeking. A factor that heavily influences this stage is the customer's attitude. Involvement is another factor that influences the evaluation process. For example, if the customer's attitude is positive and involvement is high, then they will evaluate a number of companies or brands. But if it is low, only one company or brand will be evaluated. So therefore, an individual will evaluate an alternatives based on certain attributes. Like he might look for the features, brand beliefs, and also about the attitude in judging and preferences towards a particular brand. The fourth stage is purchase decision stage. According to Philip Kotler, he says the final purchase decision may also be interrupted by two factors. A customer may get a negative feedback from his friends or customers who have already purchased it. For example, a customer shortlisted a laptop, but his friend gave a negative feedback. This will make him to change his decision. Furthermore, the decision might also change. Sudden changes in the business plans, financial crunch, unexpected higher prices, and so on might lead the consumer to decide to drop the idea of buying the product itself, in this case, the laptop itself. The consumer chooses the product that he wants to buy, but many times he may not actually buy it for various reasons. At this stage, a marketer should find out the various reasons to which the consumer is hesitating to buy. So it is little of psychological approach. You have to understand why a customer is thinking twice or hesitating to buy. The reason could be price, value, and change in the needs of the customer. So it is a challenge to convince a customer at this stage. And now if he has purchased, what is his post-purchase evaluation? This is the last stage in the consumer decision-making process, and it is often ignored by few marketers. After buying the products, customer compare products with their expectation. There can be two types of outcomes, either satisfied or dissatisfied. Consumers will be happy after buying the product if it has satisfied their needs. But in case the product was not up to his expectations, the consumer will be definitely dissatisfied. A consumer can be lost even at this stage. A dissatisfied customer might feel as though he took an incorrect decision. This will result in certain returns. Offering an exchange will be a straightforward action. However, even when a customer is satisfied, there is no guarantee that the customer might be a repeat purchase customer. Hence, let's sum up the 5 steps which we have just discussed. Stage 1 in the consumer decision-making process is need recognition. The first step is to realize or recognize the need. For example, there is a need for communication. Second stage is search for information. Check what kind of products can be used to satisfy the need. For example, need for communication can be satisfied with an mobile phone or through a smartphone. Evaluation of alternatives. The consumer now evaluates all products and brands which satisfy his need. For example, smartphones are expensive but satisfy various needs. So you have to compare which is the best. And finally, purchase decision. Make the appropriate purchase. Okay, the consumer might have so many brands of choices, but which brand you want to choose? Post-purchase evaluation is the last stage. After the purchase is made, the consumer analyzes whether he has taken the right decision or he has made a mistake. So these are the 5 stages which a consumer passes through while decision making process. Thank you all.